9-8. Starling Marte was on fire with the bat as he came away with 4 base hits in the game. Francisco Liriano earned the win on the mound, his 11th of the year. Right now, the Pirates are in 3rd place in the NL Central, 4.5 games back. The Cubs are at the bottom of the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Colorado Rockies were in St. Louis to take on the Cardinals. The Cardinals grabbed the win, the final 4-3. At the moment, the Cardinals are in 2nd place in the NL Central, only a half game back. The Rockies are in 2nd place in the NL West, but they currently hold a spot in the NL wildcard race. The Giants paid visit to the Valley of the Sun to take on the D-backs, and it was Arizona who emerged in this one, the final 4-3. Brandon McCarthy was impressive on the bump, earning his 12th victory of the season in the process. Looking at the standings, the Diamondbacks sit in 3rd place in the National League West Division, 14.5 out of first. The Giants are at the bottom of the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The San Diego Padres took on the LA Dodgers in the City of Angels, and it was the Dodgers who came out on top. The final was 3-0. Clayton Kershaw threw well enough to earn the victory, his 17th so far this year. He is currently among the NL leaders in earned run average. Heading into today, the Dodgers sit in 1st place in the National League West Division. They have a 4.5 game cushion. The Padres are 4th in the division. They're 15 games back. The Minnesota Twins took on the Bronx Bombers in the Big Apple, and Minnesota was the winner, 8-2. Dave Shimizu started and pitched well enough to earn his 6th victory of the season. As of today, the Yankees sit in 3rd place in the American League East Division, 14.5 out of first. The Twins sit in last place in the American League Central Division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Orioles were in Canada to battle the Jays, and it was the Jays who came away victorious. The final score was 9-6. Luke Oliver had a huge day offensively, collecting 3 hits and driving in 3. His modest hitting streak was also extended to 5 straight games. Chad Jenkins earned the victory on the mound, his 1st of the season. Right now, the Blue Jays are in last place in the AL East. They're over 20 games out of first. The Orioles are 2nd in the division. They're 7.5 games out of first. The Tampa Bay Rays were at Fenway Park to take on the Boston Red Sox, and Tampa Bay was the winner. The final was 10-8. Vince Belnome was a clutch performer at the dish with 4 ribbies. Brad Boxberger pitched well enough to earn his 1st victory of the year. At the moment, the Red Sox are in 4th place in the AL East, 16 games out of first. The Rays are atop the division. They have a commanding 7.5 game advantage over 2nd. The Indians were in Motown to take on the Tigers at Comerica Park, and it was the Indians who came out on top. The final score was 10-1. Michael Bourne was a force at the plate, driving in 3 runs. He is in the top 5 in the American League in stolen bases. Danny Salazar gave the bullpen a day off, turning in a complete game effort in the win. He is among the AL leaders in wins. Heading into today, the Tigers are in 3rd place in the AL Central, 12 games behind 1st place. The Indians are atop the division, a sizable 7 games ahead of 2nd. The White Sox were in KC to take on the Royals, and the White Sox were the victors, the final 4-3. Chris Sale threw the ball well and picked up his 13th win of the year. He is currently among the AL leaders in strikeouts. Looking at the standings, the Royals are in 2nd place in the AL Central, but they currently hold a spot in the AL wildcard race. The White Sox are 4th in the division. They're 13.5 out of 1st place. The A's were in Arlington, Texas to take on the Rangers, and the A's were the winners. The final score was 12-4. Adam LaRoche was a fantasy owner's dream at the plate with 3 hits and 4 RBIs. He has now hit safely in 7 straight games. Jesse Chavez started and pitched well enough to earn his 6th victory of the season. As of today, the Rangers are leading the AL West. They are more than 10 games ahead of 2nd. The A's are 2nd in the division, but they currently lead the AL wildcard race. The Mariners visited the Astros in Houston, Texas, and it was Houston who came away with the win. Final score was 5-2. Brett Oberholzer was victorious on the mound and picked up his 10th win of the season. At the moment, the Astros sit in last place in the American League West Division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Mariners are 4th in the division. They're over 20 games out of first. That's all for today's show. See you back here tomorrow. Have a great day.